Good evening. I'm Belinda Gardner, and I'm happy to present to you my dissertation proposal. The title of my dissertation, Black Women in STEM, Discovering the Challenges Facing Generation X. Why is this research important and why is it of particular interest to business? Well, the answer is clear. STEM jobs have a large impact on the U.S. economy. As reported by the U.S. Congress Joint Economic Committee, there are 10 ways that STEM strengthens the economy. Number one, it drives productivity gains. Number two, generates high earning potential, creates new jobs, offers middle skills pathways, increases women's earnings, closes racial and ethnic wage gaps, connects rural workers to jobs, addresses income inequality, spurs innovation, and supports high growth industries like computer science. Additionally, employment in STEM has grown 79% since 1990, from 9.7 million to 17.3 million, which outpaces overall U.S. job growth. Additionally, women make up 47% of the workforce. And as reported by the BLS, Black women make up 57% of the Black labor force. Why am I looking at Generation X and that time frame? Well, Generation X, also known as Generation Xers, grew up with minimal adult supervision. And so learning the value of independence and work life balance was a priority. They being we, me, they also appreciate informality and are technologically advanced. They're flexible and highly educated. Generation X is the group that started to introduce the idea of a solid work life balance into the workforce. And so I'm excited to see how looking at Generation Xers and Black women will uncover the challenges and some of the reasons we're looking at why Black women are underrepresented in STEM. This research will uncover the stories of Black women, Generation Xers, who are underrepresented. And this research will uncover concepts such as self efficacy, the community, the challenges faced by women, personal preferences, self confidence, tolerance, work life balance. And these concepts we'll look at to see if it plays a role in why women actually join or actually leave STEM jobs. The scope of my research, the three delimitations that will help shape my research. This study will focus on Black women who were born between 1965 and 1980 and are classified Generation Xers. This study will uncover the challenges faced by those Black women within STEM careers. And this study will use organizational concepts such as leadership, retention, and turnover. I have three limitations. The first limitation, this research will limit the focus to only jobs and careers versus academics or educational institutions. The second limitation, the research will only focus on Black women. And the third limitation, this research will only focus on Black women who live and work in the U.S. What is the previous research and the most cited research papers? I found plenty of research that speaks to this topic. A few of them I'll describe for you. The troubled success of Black women in STEM. This research examines the experiences of three high achieving Black undergraduate and graduate women in STEM. The next research paper, Navigating Underrepresented STEM Spaces, Experiences of Black Women in U.S. Computing Science. This research looks at computing science disciplines and also looks at why African American women are underrepresented. The next research paper, the contribution of HBCUs, which is a Black women's college, or I'm sorry, HBCUs is historically Black colleges and universities, but this research looks at Spelman College, which is a historically Black women's college, and it is a case study analyzing the preparation of African American women for STEM careers. Two other research papers that I found that were cited the most, Occupational Segregation, Human Capital and Motherhood, Black Women's Higher Exit Rates from Full-Time Employment, which looks at why Blacks have lower employment rates than whites. And it also looks at Blacks' lower employment rates and if they stem from structural features of the labor market such as discrimination or changing family or individual characteristics. And lastly, Ascending to Leadership, a phenomenological study of African American women leaders in STEM, which looks at answering the question, what are the lived experiences of African American women in STEM? So we talk a lot about theoretical framework, and I chose three theories that I think will help shape my research. The first, social cognitive career theory, which SCCT, which explains how people make career decisions and unveils aspects of career development. This theory takes into account the development of the initial interest that leads to choices, and finally the selection and action for both academic and career. This theory includes areas of career development that we have seen in other theories such as interests, abilities, values, and environmental factors. The next theory is expectancy value theory by Kurt Lewin. Kurt Lewin established the concept of level of aspiration, which is an individual's expectations or goals of his or her own future achievement in completing a specific task. Lewin believed that goal setting was based on one's own familiarity and past experiences with the task. Lewin assessed levels of aspiration in multiple children using a ring toss game to determine each child's motivation to complete the task. My research question: what are the core reasons Black women are underrepresented in STEM careers? And what are the stories of Black women who are classified Generation X and their participation in STEM careers? These two questions contribute to the literature because they capture the specific reasons Black women are underrepresented, and by capturing the real stories of Black women, we provide a rich narrative. I see this research contributing to the existing literature researching the underrepresentation of people of color in general, but this research will specifically target Black women in STEM careers. The method I am choosing to use for my research is a qualitative method. I'll interview 10 to 12 individuals, and this will provide a rich narrative of what people think and why. This research method will focus on describing individual experiences and beliefs. I will use a semi-structured, in-depth interview, and the form of data I will produce will be descriptive data. Why did I choose STEM? Why STEM? And is it because of the knowledge, experience, or access to data? Well, yes. I chose STEM because I have experience working in STEM. I also have experience working on diversity initiatives for my organization. And I also have access to STEM professionals. That is all for my dissertation proposal. I really appreciate you taking time out this evening to listen to my video and to hear my topic, hear more about what I'm planning to research. I appreciate any feedback that you have for me. You can either submit your feedback on this video or you can send me an email. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing everyone soon. Bye-bye.